Hello everyone, MMC fan here. I haven't posted a Marvel video in quite a while, but as promised, I have hit 150 Marvel Legends from the MCU, so let's ambitiously rank all 150 of them from worst to best. I've done these before at 50 and 100 and the same rules still apply, so these are the top 150 Legends that I own. There are a couple of characters missing, most notably the Hulk just isn't here. Hasbro has not released a non-Gladiator version of Hulk since I started collecting these in January 2022, and I haven't quite found a second-hand one at a price I like. So no Hulk this time around, but this is a promise. I will make sure that there is a Hulk in this collection before I do a video for 200, because it's just getting ridiculous now. A few I had before have also been replaced, so Ms. Marvel, Loki, Love and Thunder Thor, Yelena and Integrated Spider-Man. They've all been replaced with newer, more detailed versions since I last did one of these lists. So let's get stuck in, and the first four aren't even on the list, so that's Avengers Cap from Endgame, Howard the Duck, US Agent and Yon-Rogg. Those four didn't make the list. I actually own 154 of them and those four didn't make it. So let's get stuck into the actual list. At 150, it's J. Jonah Jameson, two great heads, but he can't stand up and the rest isn't that special. 149 is Jimmy Woo, love that card accessory, that's about it. 148 is Luis from Ant-Man, again a great head, but it's a pretty boring figure overall. Katie from Shang-Chi is at 147. 146 is the black and gold inside-out suit from No Way Home that isn't that accurate. 145 is Maria Hill, one of the older ones with older articulation. 144 is Everett Ross, a great head, a great weapon, but otherwise just a plain body. 143 is Mobius from Loki, great accessories, great likeness, but again just a suit. 142 is Druig, the least interesting Eternal. 141 is Sprite, the second least interesting Eternal. 140 is Captain Carter, she can't stand up and I don't like the animated style. 139 is a Hydra Soldier, it's perfectly fine but it's a Hydra Soldier. Secret Invasion Talos is at 138, a great likeness but that's about it. And Gore the God Butcher from Love and Thunder is at 137. 136 is Pepper Potts, I like that extra arm but that's about it too. 135 is the Death Dealer from Shang-Chi, love those knife hands. And then I want to say Phastos at 134. 133 is What If Red Skull, but I swapped the head round. 132 is Matt Murdock, which is a great new suited body, but not as interesting as Daredevil himself. 131 is Yelena, not an interesting suit, but a great likeness. 130 is Sylvie, so much better without the extra coat. 129 is Sharon Carter from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. 128 is Midas Iron Man, a great figure, but a bit boring just being gold. And then 127 is T'Chaka, a great skirt piece, but otherwise a bit boring too. 126 is Ao, or the Dora Milaje, and 125 is also the Dora Milaje, two slightly different versions there. 124 is Happy Hogan, great likeness, but again just a suited man. 123 is Mr. Knight, pretty cool but not as cool as the other two from that show. 122 is Ravager Thor, a really good likeness but otherwise not a character I'm that interested in. 121 is Photon from the Marvels, and 120 is Obadiah Stane from Iron Man. Again, great likeness but it is just a guy in a suit. 119 is Ironheart, wasn't crazy about the Power Ranger design on that one. 118 is Rintrah, who's a pretty cool figure but he did nothing in the film so he doesn't get very high up. Next is Loki, the finale version, which is much better than the original, and 116 is Adam Warlock, not the best likeness but otherwise a fine figure. 115 is Peter Parker, what is up with that creepy face, otherwise he's fine. 114 is Kraglin from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, love the accessories. 113 is Star-Lord from Love and Thunder, just not as good as the ones from the Guardians of the Galaxy films. 112 it's America Chavez from Multiverse of Madness, she's pretty cool. And 111 is Bruce Banner, so Hulk is kind of on the list, I guess. 110 is Nick Fury, a terrible figure but the likeness and the weapons are really cool. 109 is Drax from Guardians Volume 2, the likeness could really be improved here. 118 it's Thena from the Eternals, slightly more interesting than the other ones. And 107 it's Kingo from the Eternals, slightly more interesting than perhaps Thena. 106 it's Ms. Marvel from the Marvels, which is a much better suit for her. And at 105 it's regular Bucky Barnes, just not as good as the Winter Soldier version, which is coming up later. 104 is Cersei, we're rattling through the Eternals now as we get higher up the list. And 103, it's Valkyrie from Endgame, which doesn't stand up very well, but is otherwise a fine figure. 102, it's MJ from No Way Home, love the accessory, but the likeness could have been a little bit better. And 101, it is Melina from Black Widow. We now hit the top 100, and kicking us off is Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. A great likeness, but he doesn't really have any accessories. Icarus is one of the better Eternals because he has that eye effect, which is really cool. And at 98, it's Red Guardian. I love the little action figure that he comes with. It's just like me. And at 97, it's He Who Remains from Loki, a great likeness, but not very interesting variant. And 96 is Korg. I just think his legs are too long, but otherwise he's fine. Ajax is at 95, mainly for the two awesome head sculpts. And at 94, it's Gilgamesh, who was the Build-A-Figure of the Eternals wave. And then at 93, it is Makari, and that is the end of the Eternals. She's my favourite. No more of them. 92 is Lady Sif from Thor Love and Thunder, an older figure but still really cool. 91 is Baron Zemo, love the accessories, love the likeness and the purple head as well. And at 90 it's Kingpin, a great head. How good is the new Daredevil show, seriously. 89 is Hot Rod Iron Man, an older figure but still looks really, really cool. And 88 is Shang-Chi. The likeness wasn't great, but he is a brilliant figure from a great film. 87 is Wenwu, again similar kind of style. And then 86 is Xialing, who was probably one of the better ones from that film. 85 is the Mandarin from Iron Man 3. I love the likeness to Ben Kingsley there. And at 84 it's Taskmaster. So many accessories but not much articulation. 83 is Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy. He looks absolutely awesome. And at 82 it is classic Loki from the Loki TV series, who I really, really enjoy. Love those colours. At 81, it's a slightly better version of Drax with a much better likeness. That's from Volume 3. And at 80, it is Cosmo, the space dog. A very good dog. Yeah, really good Build-A-Figure in the end. And at 79, it's Ulysses Claw from Black Panther. Love that likeness and the blood and the cannon. Yeah, loads of really good stuff there. At 78, it's Peter Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. At 77, it's the Grand Master. This is the smiling version. I think it's pretty cool. And at 76, it's Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. A very underrated figure, great likeness, and I love how that suit has come out. At 75, it's Sandman from No Way Home. A really, really cool, inventive way of doing the figure. And 74, it's Ned Leeds from No Way Home, who, yeah, it's got a really good likeness, and I like his backpack. 73 is Rocket, one of my favourite characters from Volume 3, with his massive imposing gun, which is great. And at 72, it's Black Widow in her white suit. Really good likeness and accessories. 71, it's the new Black Panther. It's the Shuri version. Just not as cool as the previous one, but I do like the figure. At 70, it's Mordo from Multiverse of Madness. A great figure. I wish he was in the film more. 69 is the Collector, which is supposedly quite rare, but I managed to get him quite easily in the UK. And at 68, it is Wong from Multiverse of Madness. Finally, they made a Wong figure, and he is really cool. At 67, it's White Vision from WandaVision. I love how he looks, especially on a flight stand. And at 66, it's Bro Thor from Endgame, which is probably not a popular version of Thor, but a really, really good Build-A-Figure. 65 is Giant Man. He looks really imposing in an Endgame display. And at 64, it's another version of Star-Lord, but this time the one with the best likeness, which I think is the one from Volume 3. At 63, it's Heimdall from Ragnarok or Avengers Infinity War, depending on how you count. He's really, really good. And 62 is Adult Groot. All of the Groot figures are really, really cool. I like Groot. I think he's a fantastic character. 61 is Captain Marvel from Avengers Endgame. There's nothing particularly wrong with her, but I'm not the biggest fan of the character, and there are better ones on this list. And at 60, we have Quicksilver from Avengers Age of Ultron, which I'm really glad they made him eventually. 59 is Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Infinity War. I think she could do with some more articulation, but she's still a great character. And 58, best accessory on the list, it's Defender Strange from Multiverse of Madness. 57 is Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. I love those wings. I love how big he is. It's really, really accurate. And at 56, it's Hawkeye from his TV show. Now at this point, I think they're all pretty great, so they're just going to get better from here. At 55, we have Venom, which is not technically MCU, but still a fantastic character, and I love that head sculpt with the tongue. 54 is Shuri from Black Panther, the re-release version, which I think was really, really strong to the character. And at 53, it's M'Baku from Black Panther, same again, really, really accurate. At 52, it's Mighty Thor, the Jane Foster Thor from Love and Thunder, which is a great figure regardless of what you think of the film. And at 51, again, one of my favourite characters is Rocket, but this time in a proper outfit that isn't the same as everyone else's. 50, really underrated figure, is the Love and Thunder Valkyrie. And 49 is Odin, which is on shelves everywhere. No one wants to buy him, but he is really good, so that's a shame. 48 is the version of Groot from Volume 3. I wish the colour and the head were a bit better, but it is still a fantastic figure. 47 is Crow from the Eternals, easily better than all the Eternals themselves. What a figure that one is. And 46 is Nakia, the best likeness on this list, potentially. She is fantastic, the Wakanda Forever version. 45 is Vision, this is the phasing version from Civil War, who I think looks really, really cool, and I prefer him with the colours. And 44 is Teen Groot, another version of Groot, who is just, yeah, fantastic, really, really good. That's the Love and Thunder re-release. 43 is Agatha, one of the best likenesses and outfits on this list, even if she can't pose very much. And at 42, it's Wasp. I don't like her haircut, but it is a fantastic figure, and yeah, she looks really, really cool in that suit from Quantum Mania. At 41, it's She-Hulk, who doesn't stand up particularly well when I've got her in this pose, but she does look really, really good, and she's a good height. And 40, it's Ironmonger, the new version, really, really imposing, and yeah, just a fantastic villain to have on the list. 39 is Mantis from Guardians Volume 3. I think the female figures in these suits came out really nicely, and unsurprisingly then at 38, with the weapons and the head sculpt, it's Nebula as well. 37 goes to Killmonger, which is one of the best villain figures on the list, and also has those extra butterfly joints, which are always appreciated. 36 is Black Widow. Eventually I managed to find a pose where she would actually stand up. Her legs are terrible, the rest of the figure is absolutely fantastic, so that's why she kind of only gets this far up. At 35, it is the regular Ant-Man from Quantum Mania. It's just a fantastic suit, regardless of what you think of that film. And at 34, it's Scourge from Thor Ragnarok, one of the best side character figures they've done in a very long time, I would say. 33 is Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye series, really good articulation and love the bow accessory as well. 32 is Ronin from Endgame or Hawkeye, depending on how you count. And yeah, really, really good re-release there as well. 31 is Rescue from Endgame, the one with all the additional accessories, just a really, really good but flimsy figure. Top 30 now, and Namor kicks it off from Wakanda Forever. Again, didn't sell very well, but I thought that's a fantastic figure, really, really accurate. And at 29, it's Winter Soldier, the flashback version from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it's just a brilliant figure. I love that one of the best villains. 28 is Okoye, a fantastic figure again from Wakanda Forever. And 27 is the new re-release of Thor from Thor the Dark World, which is one of the better Thor figures that they've made overall. 26 is the Iron Patriot from Endgame, the final battle. So glad that they went back and did that suit. I think it looks fantastic, love those colours. And top 25 now, and we start off with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, who is fantastic but perhaps not as accurate and as good in the likeness as the other Spider-Men. 24 is War Machine from Civil War, one of his absolute best suits, love how that one came out. 23 is Iron Spider. The joints aren't very good on this one, but I love how he looks with those additional arms especially. 22 is Atuma, which is one of the most detailed builder figures on this entire list, seriously underrated figure. And at 21, we have Captain America, the Sam Wilson version from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Right, we are now heading in to the top 20, and kicking us off is the figure that I really want everyone to buy, which is the Outriders from Avengers Infinity War. They are fantastic. Please, please get them because I want more Army Builder figures. 19 is Moon Knight from Moon Knight, a really, really good figure with great articulation, and I love that cape. At 18, it's Iron Man from Civil War, the recent re-release, a fantastic likeness to Robert Downey Jr., and the suit looks great, one of my favourites. 17 is Hela, so many accessories, so many heads, and the cape is great, the outfit is great, really, really good villain figure. And at 16, it's Khonshu from Moon Knight, again towers over the others, one of the really good builder figure choices from recent waves. And at number 15, it is Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the integrated suit from No Way Home. Love this figure. This is the version from the 3-pack, which has the additional web lines. And at 14, it's Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, also from No Way Home, which was my favourite of those 3 Spideys that they released. I just think he's great. 13 is Thanos, just a really good figure with great accessories, really imposing, really angry, and I love how that shiny armour came out. And at 12, it's Black Panther, the kinetic suit with the purple bits and the great likeness to Chadwick Boseman. And then narrowly missing out on the top 10 is Doctor Strange. This is the No Way Home version, and I think it's the best version of Doctor Strange that they have released. Love the likeness. So number 10 is Cap from Avengers Endgame. Fantastic figure, fantastic character, and having the hammer there as well just really kind of like polishes this one off as one of my absolute favourites. I love posing him with the other two from, you know, the kind of main trio from Endgame Final Battle. 9 is Spider-Man in the final swimsuit. This could have been number 1 if the build quality had been a little bit better, but visually this is the best Spider-Man suit in the MCU so far. I love the colours, and this is one of my favourite figures. At number 8, Captain America is back again. This time it's the Infinity War version. I just think the beard and the additional shields, I just think it's such a fantastic figure, and it looks great with Infinity War characters, with Wakanda stuff, with Endgame stuff. It's just, he looks fantastic. I love that suit as well. And then at 7, it's the Endgame version of Thor. I'm so glad they made this figure with the bigger bulk and the accessories and the lightning and that fantastic cape and the likeness and the way they've done his eyes. I just think it's just freaking cool. It's just one of those figures that you absolutely have to have. And then at number 6 is Wanda from WandaVision. This is one of my favourites ever since it came out. It was the first ever Marvel Legend I opened up. And yeah, she just looks fantastic. I love that suit, love the powers and the crown. And I think it's better than the Multiverse of Madness version. I just think it's that little bit more special. Top 5 now, and Doc Ock kicks them off. I think he's a difficult figure to pose. You know, I wish those arms moved a little bit easier, but he just looks great. And when you do get them moving, there's so much you can do with him, with all the different accessories and ways you can pose those arms that he comes with. It's fantastic. At number 4, we have Iron Man Mark 85, of course, snapping with the battle damage. And I love how the gold came out on the suit and all of the accessories that he comes with. It's just a fantastic figure. It's like the main moment of the MCU that you think of when you put these displays together, and he is front and center and always will be. Number 3 is Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine. That likeness to Hugh Jackman is just incredible, and I love this suit. I don't feel the need to replace the arms. I'm sure they'll do another version without the sleeves, but yeah, he is just my first Wolverine figure, and he is great. Number 2 is obviously Deadpool as well. The two of them have to be together, but this is the best Deadpool figure they've done. The articulation is great, and the accessories, and that means number 1 is Green Goblin from No Way Home. All of the accessories they could have given him, that fantastic likeness, the goggles, the glider, like the pumpkin bombs, they went all out on this figure, and it really, really shows. It's my favourite so far, and I think it'll be really, really tough to beat. And there you have it. Do you agree with my list? So many new additions in the top 20 now since I last did one of these. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at MMCFan to keep up to date with my Legends collecting. I'll be back with another Marvel video very soon, probably. Keep on collecting.